Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today. I am Bital Savir-Baruch. I am a professor of radiology and nuclear medicine physician from the University of Arizona Benner University Medical Center, Tucson. And today, on behalf of the Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging, I will speak about FES PET CT scans for breast cancer, predominantly on the appropriate use criteria. So FES is FDA approved, and it's a PET tracer used for the detection of estrogen receptor positive lesion as an adjunct to biopsy in patients with recurrent or metastatic breast cancer. So this is a normal distribution. On the right side, you can see that there is a lot of uptake in the liver. The tracer will be washed out through the bowel and the kidneys going to the bladder. And everything outside of what you see here on a normal distribution will be considered abnormal, meaning that the tracer will be attached into estrogen receptors in the body. So for every tracer, we have appropriate use criteria, and this belongs to the FES PET CT scan. And as we can see, we have 4 appropriate use criteria. And in these slides, I will speak about the first 2. The use of FES PET CT at initial diagnosis of metastatic disease for considering endocrine therapy, and also after progression of metastatic disease for considering second line of endocrine therapy. So before we go ahead and approve any modality of PET CT for clinical use, we need to have a robust literature proof that this modality is actually helpful for that specific clinical scenario. And we know that FES PET is being used to assess functional of estrogen receptor expression across metastatic diseases. And we have more than 17 prospective trials with more than 500 patients that show strong predictive value for endocrine therapy response in patients with initial metastatic disease or patients who progress on first line of endocrine therapy and now are being considering for second line therapy. The use of FES PET helps avoid ineffective therapy, toxicity, and unnecessary costs. Now, let me show you an example. This is a patient that felt to have a breast lesion, and it was confirmed to be invasive ductal carcinoma on biopsy with only 1% expression of estrogen receptor, which is considered to be negative for estrogen receptor expression. Interestingly enough, her axillary lymph nodes was positive with different profile of estrogen receptor expression of 99%. So the patient underwent, on top of other anatomical images, she underwent a bone scan, which shows extensive bone metastasis. This is her MRI, and on the red arrow, you can see the original mass that was biopsied with estrogen receptor expression of 1%. Interestingly enough, she did have a non-mass enhancement on the yellow arrow that also was considered to be suspicious for malignancy. She had other findings on that MRI as well. This is an FDG PET CT scan, sugar-based, looking for hypermetabolism within those lesions. And we can see that the area that was biopsied within the breast demonstrate abnormal increased uptake. However, the non-enhancement area on the MRI illustrated here in corresponds to the PET CT in the green arrow demonstrate no uptake on that PET CT. Now, she did have some heterogeneity in her bone marrow, in her skeleton, and therefore, with correlation to the bone scan that happened before, the team decided to perform biopsy. And again, the estrogen receptor expression in the bone was 80% more correlated to the axillary lymph node that was biopsied. At this point, the patient is eligible to undergo FES PET CT for 2 indications. Number 1, there is some kind of equivocal findings within the bone, and we would like to know the estrogen receptor status on those areas. The second thing, she's an initial diagnosis and now being considering for endocrine therapy because of metastatic state. So this is her FES, and we can clearly see that there is diffuse osseous uptake. And also on top of it, there is breast uptake and multiple lymph nodes. If we're putting those two images side by side, where the left one is the FES and the right one is the FDG PET-CT and the bone scan, we can definitely see that there is a complete discordant. The lesion that had increased hypermetabolic activity demonstrate no expression of estrogen receptors, and the rest of the lesion that demonstrate estrogen receptors are not showing any FDG uptake, and therefore this patient would be eligible to go into endocrine therapy because this is the dominant disease that she has. This is a second case of a patient with diagnosis of invasive lobular carcinoma with expression of with estrogen receptor expression of 90%, and be placed on aromatase inhibitor and CDK4 and CDK6 inhibitors. You can see on the right side of her sacrum that there is hypermetabolic lesion on FDG PET-CT scan. Patient went into additional PET-CT scan due to increased pain after some time on first-line endocrine therapy. And we can now see on the red arrow that patient progressed with additional right ileal lesion. And now she is eligible for FES PET-CT scan due to progression of metastatic disease, and she is now considered for second line of endocrine therapy, and FES PET-CT was ordered. Patient received the FES PET-CT scan, and you can again see that there are many more lesions compared to what was known on the FDG PET-CT scan. Patient now presented with multiple osseous lesions that expressing estrogen receptor, and now patient was eligible for second-line endocrine therapy, and her aromatase inhibitor was replaced by fulvestrant, which is estrogen receptor antagonist. And with that, thank you very much for your attention.